Singer, rapper, hip hop, alternative, no matter what you call the music, the maker of that music just might be an idiot. And while being called a culture vulture 2 weeks ago, boldly, unprovoked, unprompted, for no reason whatsoever, posted on Twitter, "I'm not a hip hop artist." This is after his only big record covered all the hip hop airwaves, was talked about through all the hip hop blogs and media, and its promotion centered around hip hop. But he obviously didn't like that label until it was time to submit your songs to the Grammys. Because as you see here, Tommy Richman's $1 Million Baby will compete for rap Grammys. This all just boils down to the idea of sometimes it's best to shut up. Just shut up. If your music is doing phenomenal without you saying anything, why even give this opinion? Why even make this claim? Because that tweet will have its own backlash, as DJ Head would reply with a general message, "Glad I got the PSA before I did my radio mix. I now have 2 open slots. What should I play?" And then in parentheses, "From an artist proud to be hip hop." And obviously, if one DJ does that, you can rest assured that that's happening across all radio stations. At least one person in charge of a certain block feels some type of way and is acting the same way. If they all remove the songs from their mixes and it completely plummets, would that be blackballing him? If he came out to say, "My music is not hip hop, so the hip hop DJs shouldn't play his music," would that be fair? Would that be blackballing? Put a 22 in the chat if you think that's blackballing. But Tommy Richman will see that tweet and respond. I'll say again, I'm thankful for everything. I'm saying I don't want to be boxed in. I grew up on hip hop, but I'm a singer. The new Post Malone feels like just because he's a singer, he's not doing hip hop. But if that's the case, then Future is not hip hop, right? Because Future is a singer. All of his songs are melodic. Because being in hip hop doesn't mean rapper, does it? This is the problem when you're a guest of somewhere. You don't understand what's going on, so you speak from ignorance. That doesn't necessarily make him a bad guy. He's probably just an idiot, and that's okay. You don't have to be that thoughtful to make good music, and he already makes good music. But DJ Head will continue his public service announcement saying, "For sure, so every hip hop station playing $1 Million Baby or Devil is a Liar should stop today." Thank for the heads up. And Head will continue with his public service announcement saying, "Understood. However, there are nuances that can be perceived when statements are made. I don't believe you have malicious intent, but I do believe there is much to be learned about the system that you have entered within this thing we do. I hope it works out for you." Not sarcasm. This is a way better way of interacting with someone you disagree with than just arguing through Twitter. It's easy. An artist doesn't want to be labeled as hip hop. If you're a DJ that plays hip hop, simply don't play that artist. There are thousands of artists with millions of songs put out every month that would fit a hip hop playlist. It doesn't always have to depend on a song that's already doing well online. There used to be a time where DJs broke records. They found records on their own and then introduced them to the rest of the people. That used to be the job of the DJ. So this seems like we're going back to that. And as soon as that Grammy submission was announced, people let him have it. I thought you wasn't a rapper. F out of here, goofy. Didn't this bitch say he wasn't no rapper? Culture vulture ass. Cracker album went triple cardboard and he back doing nonsense. Get the F out of here. This dude is a lame. Album sold triple aluminum and want to run back to hip hop. So it seems like the mistake was coming out as not hip hop, quote unquote, before winning the Grammy. You gotta show up, win Best New Artist, Best New Rap Song over Kendrick Lamar, and then say, "Actually, my heart lies with country music." I didn't know that before, but now that I've won the Grammy, I'm starting to be more expressive with my creative output, or whatever you want to say. So not only do people call him a culture vulture, they try to break down their definition of a culture vulture. Why his actions are that of a culture vulture. As Terrell was saying, see where he shot himself in the foot? Because you just said you wasn't hip hop, and $1 Million Baby is not a hip hop song. But I guess this gives you a better chance to win versus going up against pop acts. Why is someone who doesn't see himself as a hip-hop artist submitting their songs for award categories for hip-hop? Go submit your shit for pop. Tired of these vultures eating in our shit because they can't blow up where they really want to be. Was Tommy Richman just playing the hip-hop game? They're never hip-hop when it's convenient for them to show they can't be put in a box. As soon as they need to cash in or earn an award, they use the hip-hop label and sound. The sound part is specific and important because the rest of his album didn't sound like $1 Million Baby, which is the main reason why he left that song off the album. But his main record not being on his first album was a mistake. But funny enough, it wasn't like everyone was just hating him. Some people agree with the fact that he isn't a hip-hop artist, and they wanted him to stand on that. Trying to find the right label for your music or art in general is not a bad thing. It should be supported. You're trying to create something. That's what artists do. So people would say, now I wasn't mad at him for saying he's not a hip hop artist. I actually thought the outrage was hilarious. But don't say you're not hip hop, then submit a non-hip hop song for a rap award. Man, I was defending him. And I still stand by my stance that his music is not hip hop. But man, he's just killing his branding on purpose? For what? And to be fair, it may not be his own doing in picking the label. It may be his record label choosing what categories his song gets placed in. But since he came out and said he wasn't hip hop, couldn't he just come out and say the same thing? No, don't put my song in this rap category because I'm not hip hop. As someone says, he said he wasn't rap, so you gonna say something, Tommy, or what's going on? And of course, Tommy obviously got some calls and emails and DMs from people to go clean that up. So he tweeted, I meant to say I'm not solely a hip hop artist. Oh, now I get it. Because you need the hip hop for the awards and for the recognition, because the pop acts he wants to go against have way bigger budgets. So he's going against people with lesser budgets, with songs that he calls not hip hop. But pretty much this is how people look while reading this story. What do you think about this situation? Do you forgive him? Maybe forgive is a strong word. There may not be a reason or a necessity to forgive an artist who talks crazy. That's partially what artists do. And it seems like more people gave an opinion on his submitting the song to the Grammys, not being nominated, not winning, just him submitting his song, than they give most rappers that they say they like. You might like a Boldy James, but if you rather talk about artists that you don't like more, then you're part of the problem. If you like this video, subscribe. If you didn't like this video, it's pretty much too late. This is the end anyways.